welcome to the lesson of Cambridge 19's book. Actually, from now on, I'm going to give you the best solutions, best answers, best explanations, locations, keywords, and keys from whole the book Cambridge 19's. Surely we will focus on the Ielts academic reading. So, if your target is more than 8, you are on the right path. And today, we are going to delve into Test 1, Reading Passage 1, under the title How Tennis Rackets Have Changed. And surely we will go forward and straightly to our task type of questions. Let's see. Our task type of question is true, false, and not given. And as you know, that is coming in order. We do have 7 questions and we will use 6 paragraphs. We will skip out 4, 7, and 8 paragraphs. Please stay tuned for further valuable and free lessons. If you would like to get more Ielts academic reading and even Ielts writing lessons, please stay tuned, keep in touch, and subscribe my YouTube channel for free resources and lessons. And even if you would like to download all the materials and books, you can join my Telegram channel. And thanks for that. So actually, as I told you previously, we do have 7 questions and we will focus on 6 paragraphs. Surely we will keep 4, 7, and 8 paragraphs. First one. People had expected Andy Murray to become the world's top tennis player for at least 5 years before 2016. Actually, I have already highlighted for you that's the false information. But how we found that? First and foremost, we need to focus on surname and name and Murray. Then after that, we need to highlight our keywords regarding at least 5 years before 2016. So we need years. And actually, here are some teach words at least. If you see such kind of words and expressions, it means it will contradict information. We can actually go directly and write false information, but still I will give you the best solutions for that. So here it is. We do have name and surname and even year. So the passage here states that, let me read for you. 5 years previously. So we need to start with the yet here, but before that, we need to highlight in 2016. Then after that, Andy Murray was ranked as the world's number 1. Let me read for you the whole actually extract of the passage. Paragraph 1. In 2016, the British professional tennis player Andy Murray was ranked as the world's number 1. It was an incredible achievement by any standard, made even more remarkable by the fact that he did his during a period considered to be one of the strongest in the sport's history, competing against the likes of Rafael Nadal, Roger Federer, and Novak Djokovic, to name just a few. And from here, yet 5 years previously, before, he had been regarded as a talented outsider who entered but never won the major tournaments. Never won. So he couldn't become the world's top tennis player. It contradicts information. So because of that, we should write false information. Let's go forward to question second. So second question is the change that Andy Murray made to his rackets attracted a lot of attention. So actually, attracted a lot of attention is our keywords, also wise, and array, also wise, the chain. So as you can see, that is false information. The passage mentions that Murray's change to synthetic strings was so subtle as to pass more or less unnoticed. So we will find and the Murray here. We found that. Then after that, we need to find change. We can write change here, transformation, another change, and here another change was so subtle as to pass more or less unnoticed. Let me read for you and you will know and the catch information actually. Here, of the changes that account for this transformation, one was visible and widely publicized in 2011. Murray invited former number one player Ivan Lendl onto his coaching team, a valuable addition that had a visible impact on the player's playing style. Another change was so subtle as to pass more or less unnoticed, attracted a lot of attention, but here pass more or less unnoticed. That's why that is false information. Like many players, Murray has long preferred a racket that consists of two types of string, one for the mains verticals and another for the crosses horizontals. While he continued to use natural string in the crosses, in 2012 he switched to a synthetic string for the mains. A small change perhaps, but its more importance should not be underestimated. The next is question third, and that is not given. Actually, that's belong to the whole reading passage. Most of the world's top players take a professional racket stringer on tour with them. Most of the world's top players. There is no information about top players in the passage taking professional racket stringers on tour with them. That's correct. Let's go forward. Here, Mike and Bob Ryan use rackets that are light in comparison to the majority of rackets. Keywords are here name and surname Mike and Bob Ryan, then comparison to light and majority of rackets. That's the false information because the passage explains that their rackets weigh more than the average model. We will use paragraph third actually, and here we'll need to start with this sentence and the whole sentences we need to read. Take the US professional tennis players Mike and Bob Bryan. For example, we are very particular with our racket specifications, they say. All our rackets are sent from our manufacturer to Tampa, Florida, where our frames go through customization process. They explain how they adjusted not only racket lengths, but even experimented with different kinds of paint. The rackets they use now weigh more than the average model and also have a denser string pattern. It means more crosses and mains. So here it is, we need to compare two light and majority of rackets. But here is lengths and kinds of paint like the model and string pattern. That's why that is false information. Fifth, that's also not given information. Werner Fischer have played with a spaghetti strung racket that he designed himself. So we need Werner Fischer, which is designed himself. Actually, the passage doesn't provide details about who designed the spaghetti strung racket Werner Fischer used. So we need to use paragraph fifths here, and we need to actually read these in details. Racket modifications mainly date back to the 1970s when the amateur German tennis player Werner Fischer started playing with the so-called spaghetti strung racket. So he played and started playing spaghetti strung racket. It created a string bed that generated so much topspin that it was quickly banned by the International Tennis Federation. However, within a decade or two, racket modification became a regularity. Today, it is, in many ways, an aspect of the game that is equal in significance to nutrition or training. So, as you see, no information about who designed this spaghetti strung racket. The next, six questions, and we need to focus on paragraph 6. That is true information. The weather can affect how professional players adjust the strings on their racket. So we need weather affect professional players adjust the strings on their rackets. Actually, the passage states that professional players continually change it depending on various factors, including the court, surface, climate conditions, and game styles. Let me read for you. They will continually change it depending on various factors, including the court surface, climatic conditions, game styles. Some will even change it depending on how they feel at the time. So that's the correct information regarding our sixth question. Let's go to the last question. So last seventh question. It was believed that the change Pete Sampras made to his rackets contributed to his strong serve. So we need to find Pete Sampras. Then after that, we need to find contributed to his strong serve. The answer is true. Actually, the passage mentions that much of the serving power of the US professional player Pete Sampras was attributed to the additional 4 to 5 lead weights onto his racket. So, we need to find these words contributed to. Let me read for you first. However, many players go beyond these basic adjustments to the strings and make changes to the racket frame itself. For example, much of the serving power of the US professional player, so here we need Pete Sampras, was contributed to addition of 4 to 5 leadways 4 to 5 his rackets. And today, many professionals have the weight adjusted during the manufacturing process. So, actually, that's the end of our IELTS academic reading passage 1. And let's go forward with the other and various questions. Please stay tuned for valuable and free lessons. Thanks for watching.